Hello everyone, I am about to exit the trade. We're dealing with the ASU coin. It just converged, and I'll show you how I entered it and at what spread. On the Weex exchange, we're on spot, and on the BingX exchange, it's a headshot. The spread was 63%, which is huge. I entered with $290 on VIX and $475 on BingX. On BingX, there was actually a limit order. I could have also entered with various mixes and with my BingX account, and overall I could have checked if there were any more features at such a good price, but I simply didn't have enough time. I entered very quickly and then went about my business. Still, I managed to get in with a pretty good spread. The ASU coin was listed 2 days ago, and on VIX, at first, the price was moving evenly, but then yesterday the price basically stopped. You can see it clearly on the chart. Well, it didn't exactly stop, but it was pretty much flat. There was almost no trading for some reason. Maybe their market maker was asleep or something like that. And so, at about the 15th minute, I entered this trade. You can see in the history that I entered with 4,000 coins at an average price of 0.07 on VIX, and on BingX my average entry was 0.1187. The spread was just huge, and so is the profit, especially for such a small trade amount. It was a very interesting situation because the market conditions were quite unique at that specific moment in time, allowing for such a significant gap between the two different exchanges. Alright, now we're going to exit together. Of course, I'd like to set a limit order to reduce the exit spread, but trading on VIX isn't great overall. So now we're gonna give it a try. Here, I'm placing 1,000 coins right away, just below the current limit order. Because the spread in the order book is pretty big, but I still think they won't get filled. The trading is pretty weak, even though it seems to be going on constantly. Although we have good order books on Bingsu, so I think I'll just cancel the current orders now. I'll lose a bit on the exit spread, but overall, for my situation, it's not critical at all. So, for example, on BingX, we place a market order. We'll exit with 1,000 coins 4 times. So I'm watching and calculating. Well, roughly at this price, we'll have 1,000. We're exiting. It's filled. Completely filled. Now 1,000 at market, I'm exiting on Bingsu. Closing. That's it. I'm out. Let's also check the order book. Well, about 0.132. Here I'm exiting with 1,000, and on Bingsu it's 0.133. I can also exit with 1,000 here. We've also written a detailed guide on the order book for all beginners who don't understand what's going on. Message your personal manager, they'll send it to you, or you can check it out in the training materials. The very first introductory article, we've updated it. And with experience and practice, you'll get it over time. So there's really nothing complicated about it overall. Next, let's look, we have 2,000 coins left here and here. We keep exiting the trade. 13.2, 13.25. Overall, we're not losing much by exiting like this. We have decided to relinquish this and give it up. We sell here. I'll fill in the table right away, and we'll see what our profit is, from which trade. Let's see, I entered at 14.56, I'm exiting at 22.29. How much time has passed? About 7 hours, I think. On BingX, we're copying the closing prices, but it's not working out for them to copy it. P&L is minus $57, and funding hit us a bit negative too. Let's fill it in. The quantity is the same for us. On BingX, the commission is 0.46, funding is 1.43. minus 1.43, and funding is 0.46. Alright, I'm a bit confused with the formula. Okay, let's take a look. Minus 0.46. It decreases, yeah. Because here we need to record the commission as a positive value, so the formula calculates correctly. I haven't even fixed it for myself yet. Alright, let's open our orders on VIX. The price. 13, 25, 25, 23, 20. So we have 13 divided by 4. Well, that's about the average. I'll take 13.23. I don't want to recalculate it exactly. Something like that. The average commission price is 0.13 per thousand. We bought 4,000, sold 4,000, so we multiply by 8, 0.13. You could even do it like this. By the way, I haven't tried it this way yet. Well, $1. We don't have any funding. And we see the final profit is $181. I was in the trade for 7 hours. Usually I immediately mark it in green, then transfer it to my main table. But I didn't really keep an eye on this trade. Because overall, I was keeping an eye on the coin's price. Even on BingX, when it shot up from 16 to 18 cents, I got a little worried. But in general, the price evened out on a Novix later, and that was it. Then after that, a little bit of funding was charged. Minus $1.50, but the situation there wasn't critical at all. That's it, a simple trade like that, $180 profit. That's all for now.